So in this video, we are going to work on nested if else conditions, right? We have discussed about what is if else, what is if else, but now it is specifically about how we can use nested if else. So for that purpose, we are having an example, right? And that example is something that we are going to solve using nested if else. Clear? So let's suppose we are having a number, and that number is, I'm writing it as a 50. Okay, just write it 45. This is the number that I'm having. Now the question which you are going to solve is, you need to check if this number is divisible by 5 or not. How to check if this particular number is divisible by 5? You can directly check if you will check the remainder of it, right? Just print, let's print it, number, and just write remainder of 5. If we are checking number remainder of 5, if the remainder is 0, that means if I am dividing 45 by 5, it will give you the remainder of 0. If the remainder is 0, I know that this number is completely divisible by 5, right? Similarly, if I am dividing it by 7, I am getting a remainder of 3, which is not, means this 45 is not completely divisible by 7. But what I can do, I can divide the number by 5, get the remainder, and if the remainder that I am getting out of it is equals to 0, I'll print that this particular number that you are saying is completely divisible by 5. Simple program, right? This is how you can check this particular number is divisible by 5, right? And let's suppose if I'm adding the complexity, that I also need to check if this particular number is divisible by 3 or not. So how to check it? Just copy this, paste it, and instead of 5, now just write 3. Divide the number by 3 and check if the number is giving you the remainder of 0, the number is divisible by 3 as well, right? And from here you can see the number is divisible by 5 as well as divisible by 3. Now I'm going for one step ahead. I need to check if the number is divisible by both 5 and 3, only then I will qualify this number, otherwise I will not qualify this number. Means I need to check that both the conditions should be true. To evaluate if both the conditions should be true, I'll first of all check from one number. Let's take 5 first of all. I'll see if the number is divisible by 5, then I will check if it is divisible by 3 or not. If the number is not divisible by 5, even if the number is divisible by 3, I will not qualify that particular number. So what I need to do in that case, first of all, I'll check if the number is divisible by 5 or not. If the number is divisible by 5, rather than printing, because I want to qualify it only when number is divisible by 5 as well as 3, what I will do, I will here write if the number that I'm having, which is now divisible by 5, because my code will execute this part only if the number is divisible by 5. If the number is divisible by 3 as well, now I will print that qualified, the number qualified. Clear? Now this is something that I can remove now. And now if I am executing it, here you can see, first of all it is checking if the number is divisible by 5 or not. If the number is divisible by 5, I will go to this particular condition and check if the number is divisible by 3 or not, completely divisible by 3 or not. Now if the number is completely divisible by 3 as well, I will print it as qualified. Let's take an example of a number. Let's suppose the number is 9. So 9 is a number that I know is divisible by 3, completely divisible by 3, but not completely divisible by 5. So let's run this and see what we will get. We are getting nothing, right? And we are getting nothing means that this number is disqualified. Clear? Now let's go for a number like 10. So 10 is something that is completely divisible by 5 but not divisible by 3. Now let's run this and check what is the output. We are not getting any output. It will give you the output only if both the conditions satisfy. For the number like 30, 30 is qualified. 15 is also qualified. Clear? Now if I want to check if if the number is qualified, otherwise we will write here print disqualified. Right? Why I'm writing here? Because I'm checking if the number is divisible by 5, right? And after that the number is not divisible by 3, then I will write disqualified, right? If it is divisible by 3, then the number is qualified. And now if we're executing it, here you can see the number is qualified. But in the conditions like 9, where this condition is true, but this condition is true, but this is false, it is not printing anything. Means even if the number is not present here, I will go for an else part of this and I'll print disqualified here as well. Just copy this, paste it here, and now if we are executing it, this is the final code that we have written. If the number is divisible by 5, means this is one condition. If this condition is satisfied, I'll go for this particular part. If this condition does not satisfy, I'll print that number is disqualified. Means if the number is not divisible by 5, I will directly write disqualified. If the number is divisible by 5, I will check if the number is divisible by 3 or not. If it is divisible by 3, I will write qualified. Otherwise, the number is after divisible by 5, it is not divisible by 3, I will write disqualified. Clear? Now let's go for some other conditions like 12. Now 12 is something that I know divisible by 3 but not 5, so that is disqualified. And if I'm going for a number like 20, 20 is will go inside this particular condition, but this particular condition will be false, so I will write disqualified from this side, right? So this is how you can write nested if else condition, because inside one if condition I'm writing if else condition. You can go even deeper into it as well. Like if I want to check if the number is divisible by 5, should be divisible by 3 and should be divisible by 2 as well, then what you can write? Then you need to go one step ahead. Here you need to write if the number is divisible by 2 as well, then only you will write that this particular number is qualified. Okay, otherwise for this condition I write disqualified, for this condition as well I write disqualified, right? If the number is divisible by 5, I will check if the number is divisible by 3 or not. If the number is divisible by 3 as well, I'll check if the number is divisible by 2 as well or not. If the number is divisible by 5 and 3 and 2 as well, I will write qualified. If the number is divisible by 5 and 3 but not 2, I'll write disqualified. Only 5, not 3, I will write disqualified. Not even 5, I will write disqualified. So now if I'm executing it, you are getting disqualified, right? Because the number is divisible by 5 and 5 but not 3. But for the conditions like 30, 30 is divisible by 5, is divisible by 3, is divisible by 2 as well, so that is why we are getting qualified. So this is how you can go for nested if else conditions. Thank you.